Good morning, good evening, wherever you may be, across the desert or across the street. Welcome to a very special episode of Quitting Marijuana Through Secular Means. Now, for this episode, I didn't prepare anything special. In fact, I'm improvising, I'm speaking from the heart. I wanted you guys to witness what peak withdrawal symptoms look like. Basically, it's high blood pressure, confusion, lightheadedness, fatigue. You might have minor chest pains, minor heart pains. Okay, so you might be asking yourself, what the fuck happened? Um, I had a streak going on, and I relapsed, and this is my fourth attempt at quitting. So let's back up a little. You know, if any of you guys have been following me, following my videos, you'll know what I've been going through. So basically, on the third attempt, around the second or third month, I don't even know. I've lost track of time. But time's an illusion, anyways. Who cares? Um, my body was in so much shock from the withdrawals that I went to go see a doctor. Um, if any of you out there listening live in the Harding or Nolensville Pike area, right across the street from right across the street from the hospital was a clinic next to the post office. I highly recommend this guy. His name is Dr. Wawa. So, anyways, I want to go check this guy out, and he ended up prescribing to me Xanax. Now, whatever you guys do, it doesn't matter how dire the withdrawal symptoms get. Don't take Xanax. Don't take Xanax. What do you call it? I made the stupid mistake of taking Xanax, and I ended up taking Xanax, and I ended up making some very foolish choices, such as getting back on marijuana. I can't. I was just so persistent on proving to myself that it wasn't the marijuana that was causing me to suffer. I was just so nothing was going to pull me out of my beliefs. I had to arrive to my conclusion somehow, and it's very complicated. People don't choose what they believe in. Just circumstances and factors and all kinds of variables in life lead you to believe in something. And you know, I wanted to well, I wanted to continue smoking the way I'm living in the past, and I wanted to just basically convince myself that the smoke was harmless, but the smoke was really causing me harm. I mean, I'm heading to midlife, and one of my biggest fears is fading away into the abyss, like most drug addicts do. Now, I know what you're thinking. Don't we all ultimately fade into the abyss? Yes, but some of us, we we leave something behind. We make a change in this world, and the path that I was heading to, I had to reroute myself. I had to do everything in my power to turn things around. Like the drugs just weren't working anymore. They weren't ultimately they weren't making me happy. They were killing me slowly. All I know is that um, feel a little bit of shame because originally I started this channel not only to help myself and to hold myself accountable, but to reach out to people. Because in this whole time that I've been experimenting with drugs, I've always known in the back of my mind that it is what really matters, what really is profound is making connections with people, making deep connections with people, bonding with others, and forming long-lasting relationships. That's what really counts. And the what do you call it? The amount of beers that you drink, the amount of cigarettes that you smoke. What's important is forming bonds with people. That's what's really important. And my mind's all over the place. I can't stick to one thought. All I know is that I'm back, and tonight's my first night. Um, it's what's interesting is that it's nothing compared to to December 5th, 2022. That's a date I'll never forget. That's a date that will forever be engraved in my mind. The first time that I ever actually went through the marijuana withdrawals was just horrible, horrible. Just the I ended up in, just to let you know how much of a nightmare it was, I ended up in the emergency room several times. I didn't know what the hell was going on. What's crazy was that I was so used to consuming marijuana that um, sobriety felt so alien to me. It felt so unnatural because I was so used to consuming the marijuana. And the first time I ever quit was just horrible. That I wish I would have filmed. I would have documented that. I wasn't at that time. I didn't have that mentality. I didn't know I was gonna start this channel. I didn't know that I just neglected really expressing myself and forming bonds with others. The only thing that mattered to me were drugs. Well, marijuana basically was the only drink that, because see, the thing is, I've done a lot of drugs. I've done all kinds of drugs. I'm not gonna go down the list right now because I don't know. It's just I feel like whenever I go down the list of all the drugs, it's kind of like I'm trying, like it seems glamorous or something, like a bucket list. Like I remember when I was out of high school, I had a list of all the drugs I wanted to try. And I mean, yeah, I got most of them. I didn't I haven't tried every single drug in the world, and I don't want to. I'm just not interested anymore because of all the experiences I've had, and I feel like the me. I hate to point the finger, but I feel like a lot of it has to do with like the media, like being cool or being what's that word? Flat, like an extravaganza, like appeal, like an appealing to people, like. But the movies never show you the dark side. They never show you. And this is another idea I have. I want to make a documentary, like a really one of a kind, unique documentary where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get up close and personal with real hobos and drug addicts. See, the thing is, I don't like to call them homeless because what the fuck is homeless? Like, whenever you see a gorilla, like a gorilla in the mist, do you call him homeless? Do you call whenever you see an animal in the wild, do you call them homeless? Like, as soon as we're born, I mean, some of us are most of us are born into a structure, but I never understood that term homeless because, well, I've always been at home, um, even when I wasn't surrounded by a structure, by four walls and a roof. I mean, yeah, I used to be a nomad. I used to be a real gypsy, and I used to just wander around and like a drifter, and like, like just hang out at the libraries and at the and stand in the chow line, and during those times I felt so free because I was so young and I was in survival mode, and I was experimenting with. I grew up real close to the border, so it was real easy and cheap to get drugs that were of decent quality. And like I said, I don't want to talk too much about my past because I feel that um, if I bring these things up, other people might get the wrong idea and they might want to go try these things themselves. Although I have no control over that, and that's not my responsibility. My goal is to put out these videos, and maybe I'll reach someone, maybe one guy or a girl. I don't know. It doesn't really matter what they are. I mean, a person, an individual. Maybe I'll reach an individual, maybe. But I'm not Superman. I'm not Goku or whatever. I'm none of these people um that I read about. All, I'm none of these people that I all the time and effort and energy that I put into like these superheroes and stuff. I'm nothing like that, and I think that's one of the reasons that I'm so attracted to superheroes is because they're like the exact opposite of me. They're very otherworldly, and I I um, I could never relate. So I have no control over what you do. Like, if you want to go stick a needle and shoot up heroin, I can't do anything about that. Yeah, and I don't feel at fault. Also, I don't feel like it's my fault if you somehow get influenced by me in the wrong way and somehow stray in the wrong direction. That's not my fault. But whew, gotta check my blood pressure. That's it. What do you call it? I'm not gonna live this again. This is it. Like, this is the fourth time. I'm uh, I'm just I'm sick and I'm tired, and it's just been a really rocky road since December. My life has not been the same since December 5th, 2022. My life, and I don't know why the fuck I'm talking. Well, I'm not supposed to talk while I check my blood pressure. I guess I'm gonna check it again. Oh yeah, that's another thing too. When you quit, your blood pressure is gonna fluctuate a lot depending on if you're a big guy like me and a heavy user like a real dope head. Like, your blood pressure is gonna be all over the place. Don't confuse it for hypertension. That's one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about too. That one of the what led me into the clinic to what led me to go see Dr. Wawa initially was that I believed I had hypertension. I believed that the suffering that I was feeling was not caused by the marijuana. At first, I thought it was because of all the weight I had gained during the quarantine. I thought it was because of all the weight I had gained, and after that, I thought it was because of psychological reasons, because of the isolation, the 3 years that I spent in isolation. Um, but after all this time, I know without a doubt that it's the smoke, it's the marijuana, and no, I'm not gonna go to edibles. Like, that's not the point, man. Like, what's crazy is how, like, people always try to justify things. Like, oh, it was probably sprayed with something. Or, oh, it's just your diet. You gotta go vegan. Or you're just stressed out. And my favorite one. Well, look at Snoop Dogg. Hey, look at Cheech and Chong. Look at Willie Nelson. Like, who gives a shit? That's not you. You're not that person. I mean, how stupid can you be? Like, these examples that you're giving these individuals. I mean, first off, who gives a shit? Like, these people don't care about you. Why should you care about? And on top of that, they're not you. Every person is like a snowflake. They're very unique. There's no person that's alike. Even identical twins are not the same. And it just baffles me how people keep trying to justify. This is my point. If marijuana truly is harmless, why is it so hard to get off of it? And not only that, not only why is it so hard to get off of it, why does it cause why does it have all these side effects? Like, I don't know, man. All I know is that I'm really happy I got to talk to you. I'm fairly confident I'm gonna get through this. Like I said, this time around is very, and I say that every time I quit. This time is different. This time, because I know I've acquired knowledge, but no, this is really it. Like, it's just too much. Like, it's a never-ending chain. It's insanity. Like, what'll happen is I'll quit smoking. I'll go through hell. I'll go through these really nasty withdrawals. Then I feel great. After about 5 or 6 months, I feel wonderful. Pick up the smoke again. All right, I'm smoking. I'm enjoying the smoke. Few months pass. Back to where we started. Chest pain, heart palpitation, lightheadedness. I'm very lucky that I've yet to collapse. A friend asked me that. He asked me, "Have you collapsed?" No, That's yet to happen. That's never gonna happen. Actually, that's never gonna happen. But what do you call it? I've yet to collapse. Feel nausea a little bit, not too much. I've never vomited. Luckily, I don't have cannabis hyperemia syndrome because I've heard that could be deadly as well. But like I said, I'm just improvising and I just put this together real quick. And I wanted to come back. Like, I started this channel. I made these videos in the past, and I just left you guys on a cliffhanger. I never came back, and I want you guys to know that putting marijuana to secular means is bad. It's bad, and it's gonna blow up. It's gonna be bigger than ever, and I hope you'll join me on this ride. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. You guys have a good night. Peace.